Hey friends, how are you? Hope you're well. I thought I'd do a wee like sort of chit chat video today. I'd started doing a series. Was it last year or the year before? My memory has deserted me. Where I just sort of sat down and chit chatted about various things, and I thought I'd sort of maybe try and bring that back a bit, and maybe do one a month or something. We'll see how it goes. See how many topics I can come up with. But as you can see by the title, this one is do book buying bans work for me? And I thought I would just chit chat about that and the way that I've noticed that some other people are doing like challenges and stuff this year to maybe stop them buying so many books. So the one that I've heard about is like read 100 and then you can buy a book. And I think that, I do appreciate that one. Read the 100 books that you have before you can buy anything else. I think I would, if I'm honest, I would struggle with that because have I got 100 books on my Kindle? Yes, definitely. um, and physically, I don't think I've got 100, but I could see that happening. But then I think I would get like, oh, I really fancy that book. I really would like to read that book, and I would want to go and buy the book. And then I'd be saying, no, you can't do that. You've got to sort of finish this challenge first before you can do that. So I think I would find like 100 to be a really hard number to work with. I have heard of people who do read five read five, unhaul them, and bring one in, and that probably for me would be a more manageable idea. I think having a smaller number. And as for just doing a blanket, you're not allowed to buy any books until you've read X number, or you just put yourself a book buying ban for a year or whatever. Again, for me, that would be too much. It's not that I'm always buying books. I'm not. At least I don't think I am. But I like to have the freedom that I want to go and buy a book, then I can do it. That I'm not going to be so rigid with myself, and that's kind of where I've reached this year. And that I'm not saying no, you can't buy any books until you've read X number. I'm not doing that at all. I have actually just bought 2 books, or I ordered 2 books the other day, which have arrived. And that's fine by me. It's two. One that I actually listened to the audio, but I wanted the physical copy because it was so good. I want to have it, and 2, I want to give it to my parents to read. And I decided to get the next one in the series in physical form. But what I have done this year was I looked at my Kindle sort of just into the new year, and there were over like 200, 300 books on there, and I thought, never in a million am I going to get to them. No way. So I decided, right, let's look through all of them, choose the ones that you do really want to read, and just delete the rest. Because the majority of them I hadn't bought, I got them from BookBub or like Amazon. Amazon do a sort of, with Prime, it's like you get to choose 2 books at the beginning of every month for free. And a number of them were from that as well. And I thought, at one point I must have thought, oh yeah, I really fancy reading that. But now it was like, nah, it doesn't appeal to me. So I have done that, and I have kind of got it down to, I think, just over 100 or so, which is brilliant. And I've made the decision at that point, okay, for this year, or part of this year if I can, I don't want to get anything from BookBub. It's like, unless it's something that I really, really want to read, then I give it due consideration. But just because it's free doesn't mean I want to read it, or that I have to read it. So that's what I've done this year. The other thing I have also done is I've reduced my number of NetGalleys. I am trying to only have one a month because I want to actually read the books that are on my Kindle, but if I'm doing lots of review stuff, I don't have that. So book buying ban is that I don't get anything from BookBub. because I'm just banning that. It is too easy to go down that route and just start picking up lots and lots of books. So I still get the emails, I still look at them, but at the moment it's like, I'm not buying anything. And physically, I'm not going to give myself a ban. I just want to be able to go out and enjoy. I have book tokens. I want to use them. I want to spend them. And I want to have the freedom to go and, oh yeah, if I go into a bookshop and think, oh, I really like that one, I want to be able to pick it up and buy it and not go, can't because I'm on this book buying ban. So I know for some people that they do work and they are a great thing. If you're short, money is tight nowadays, and it may be that people do not have the spare money in which to buy books, and maybe something has to give, and a book buying ban is something that will work for them. I know that some people do, right, I'm not going to buy in January, but I'll buy February, every alternate month, and that's great. I think that's a really good way to do it. And if it works for you, brilliant. I think that is, you just have to sort of sit and work out what works for you, if it'll work for you, and just sort of look at, the other thing is probably look at how much money you have available to spend on books each month. Do I budget for books? No, I don't. Should I budget for books? Possibly. It's something I'm thinking about, but not at the moment. I say I'm lucky I have book tokens I can spend. So basically, in America, I think you call them bookstore cards. Over here, we call them book tokens. So I have quite a number of those, and I'm not going to spend them all. I think for each one you have something like 2 years or something that you within which to spend them. So that's great. I have got time to just spend time looking at books that I want to buy, and enjoy that aspect of it. I mean, I know that this month I'm going to meet a friend in Edinburgh, and we're going to a new bookshop to me called Toppings, and I've already looked at their website and I'm like, ooh, like they've got that book, so I will be taking my book tokens with me so that I can have some spending money. Book bans for physical books for me do not work. I am holding, I'm very proud of myself. I am holding to my not getting anything on BookBub so far this year, which is really good. I'm pleased with that. Have I started reading any books off of my Kindle? I think I've read one, because I've been so busy reading some physical books, and I managed to read in January. I managed to read all my February review books. I'm now into my March review books, and I would hope that March I can actually maybe read some books off my Kindle, because I really do want to start reading off the Kindle, and reading those books and taking them off the Kindle would be great. Once I've read a Kindle book, I actually just delete it, because I know I keep obviously a list of the books I read in my log, so it means I know I've read it, so I don't really need it. Unless it's something really brilliant, I really want to reread that, it goes. So it frees up space. So yes, so this has been a bit of a rambly video, I'm afraid, but hopefully you've enjoyed it. I didn't script it, it was just what poured out of my brain. But yeah, I would love to know, do you do book buying bans? If so, how do you work it? Do they work for you? Have you sort of made any changes to your book buying regime, recently? If so, if you're willing to share, I'd love to know. And do you budget for books, or do you just, if you see one, you buy it? I would really like to know. But until my next video, friends, stay safe, happy reading, bye.